Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are doing well and safe and will be having a whale of time. My dear students, I hope that all of you have gone through the previous video and will be excellently clear about phrase, that what is phrase and how different phrases are used to symbolize, represent, or we can say express the qualities or characteristics of humans, animals, and things. Furtherly, I also do expect that all of you would have done your assignment and will be submitting that timely. So let's come towards today's video. In today's video, we will be learning grammar, that is on page number 111 of your Broadway course book. See students, there is a heading of Learn Grammar, under which we will be studying two things. First is the use of the, like where we will be putting the word the, in which cases we will be putting the word the, or in which ways we will be using, in which conditions we will be using the word the. And secondly, we will be studying the use of comma. So, my dear students, you should be aware of the use of both of the things, because this will be helping you in every way, either in academic writing or creative writing. So students, इसको गौर से सुने और इसको समझने की कोशिश करें, because this will be helping you laterally. So the first thing is that we use the in four conditions. There are four conditions under which we use the. So let's come towards the first condition. The first condition is that we use the with names of what? We use the with names of rivers, seas, oceans, mountains, range. So here we use the. There is the use of the with rivers, seas, oceans, and mountains range. For example, if we take the example of, let's suppose, river, so there are different rivers, and before writing the names of the river, we should have to use the. According to the rule, according to the condition, we should have to use the before the name of the river. So, for example, the Indus, the Jahlam, the Chenab. So these are the names of the rivers. So here we will be putting the before rivers. Now, if we take the examples of seas, so we will be putting the before sea, before the name of the sea. Like if we take an example, the Arabian Sea. Again, we will be putting the with the names of oceans. So all the oceans, different oceans, they are Pacific Ocean. So we will be putting the before Pacific Ocean. We will be saying the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean. So we will be putting the before the name of river, seas, and oceans, and furtherly before the name of mountains, range. Before the names of mountain range, we will be putting the. But you have to keep this thing in mind, that you will be using the only when there will be a mountain range, not for a single mountain. For example, if we take example of Mount Everest, so before that we will not be putting the, because that is not a mountain range, that is a mountain, that is only a single mountain. However, Himalayas or Karakoram, these are the ranges, so we will be putting the before these, before the name of Himalayas or Karakoram, because these are the ranges. And here the rule is that we will be putting the before the mountain range, not before only single mountain. So this is the first rule. The second rule is that we will be putting the before a thing which is the only one of its kind, like वो अपनी किस्म की एक ही हो. For example, if we take an example of sun, so there is only one sun, so we will be putting the before sun. Similarly, there is only one moon and earth, so we will be putting the before the names of all those things which are only one of their types or their kind. The third rule is that we will be putting the before the name of any holy book, not only the Quran Majid, but any of the holy book. We will be putting the before the name of the holy book. For example, the Quran, the Bible, the Gita, etc. So it's quite easy and it's clear that we will be putting the before the name of all the holy books. This is the third rule. Let's come toward the last and the fourth rule, that we will be putting the before the name of, like, finally we will be putting the with the name of the countries, but only those countries that is having united or union in their names. Like, there are different countries, so that is not necessary that we will be putting the before every country. According to this rule, we will be putting the before all those countries which are having union or united in their names. For example, the United States, the United Kingdom, the Union of South Africa, the United States of America. So now let's do question number 1. Here we will be putting the according to the rules that are present in this video, and I have explained them. So here we will be putting the, and we will be putting cross in other blanks where the is not required. So the first is the example. This peak is in dash Himalayas. So as I've said earlier, that we will be putting the before the mountain ranges. So according to that rule, we will be putting the over here. Then there is a dam on dash Jhelum. So look, again there is the name of a, there is the name of a river. So before the name of the river, we will be putting the. Again, according to that rule, here we will be putting the. Now let's do part B. My sister has gone to dash Kathmandu. So this Kathmandu is the capital of Nepal, but there is no united or union with the name, so here we will be putting cross because there is no need of the according to the rule. So here we will be putting cross. Let's do part C. Arshad reads dash Quran every day. So here in that rule we've studied that we will be putting the before the name of the holy book. So Quran Majid is the name of the holy book, that's why here we will be putting the. Then Arshad reads the Quran every day. Now let's do part D. My brother works in dash United Arab. Okay, so here again the country name but is having united with it. So that's why we will be putting the. My brother works in the United Arab Emirates. Then dash earth goes round dash sun. So the earth goes round the sun. As according to the rule, when there is a thing which is the only one of its kind, we will be putting the before that. So earth is only one of its kind, as we know that. Therefore, we will be putting the. Sun is again only one of its kind, so here again we will be putting the. So the earth goes around the sun. Now coming toward part F, the spacecraft fell into dash Atlantic Ocean. So again, according to the rule, when there is the name of an ocean, we will be putting the. So here we will be putting the because that is the name of the ocean. Again, we will be putting the. These are the solved blanks. You can do it from here as well. You have to do it in your book. So let's do question number 2. Here again you have to fill the blanks with the, and you have to put cross if the is not required, and then you have to match the questions with answers. So let me do the first one, that is where are dash pyramid. So here we will be putting the because pyramid is a monumental structure, and this is only one of its type, like of its kind. This is only present in Egypt. There are some other mountains on its shape, but the pyramid is the only Egypt is the only place where pyramids are present, and a pyramid is only one of its kind. So that's why here we will be putting the, and we will be matching it with part D, like where are the pyramids? In Now here, look at the part D. We will be putting cross before Egypt because that is the name of the country, but there is no united or union. So we will be matching part 1 with part D. In part 1 we will be putting the, but in part D we will be putting a cross. There is no need of the according to the rules. So you have to match 1 with D, and look, these are the pyramids that are present in Egypt. The rest are to be done by you. Now coming towards the use of comma, that where we will be using comma. Firstly, when we want to separate things in a list. For example, when there are lots of things and we have to separate them from each other, so we will be putting comma. Like for example, blue, white, red, green. So we will be putting comma. But wait, when there are more than 2 items in the list, we will separate the last 2 items with a comma plus and. Look, when there are more than 2 items in a list and when we use to separate them, we want to separate them, so we will be putting a comma. But when we will be putting a comma, but when the last 2 words of the list or the last 2 items of the list, we have to separate them by putting a comma and both. And the third thing is that we do not use comma when there are only 2 things in a list. We only use and in this case. For example, when we are having only 2 items in a list, for example, blue and red. Like here, we are having only 2 colors, so that's why we are putting and. There is no need of comma over there. So that is quite clear. Okay, on page number 112, there is a question uh, that you have to put commas in the following sentences. So let's do the first one. We ate biscuits, chips, samosas, and some ice cream. So look, there is a list of items, and now you have to separate them according to the rules. We ate biscuits, comma, chips, comma, samosas, comma, and some ice creams. In last 2 items, we are putting comma and both, because according to the rules, when we are separating the list of the items, so we will be putting a and both, a plus and both within the last 2 words of that list. So part B, C, D, and E of this question are your assignment. You have to do part B, C, D, and E of this question on book as well as on loose sheets. Secondly, you have to do question number 2 on the same page on book as well as on loose sheets. So that's all for today. Thank you, my dear students.